What if everything you believe about hard work is quietly holding you back? From the moment you were young, you were taught a simple rule. Work hard, stay consistent, and success will come. It sounds fair, it sounds logical, but when you look at the real world, something feels off. The people who wake up the earliest, who sweat the most, who push their bodies to the limit every single day, are not always the ones living in wealth. In fact, many of them are barely surviving. Meanwhile, somewhere else, someone is sitting behind a laptop, sending a few emails, making a few decisions, and earning more money in a week than others earn in months. That contrast is uncomfortable, but it reveals something most people try to ignore. Hard work alone is not the key to becoming rich. It never was. Because the world does not reward effort the way you were told. It rewards something deeper, something hidden beneath the surface. And until you understand that difference, you can keep working harder and still stay in the same place. The truth is, hard work without direction is just controlled exhaustion. Imagine running as fast as you can on a treadmill. You are sweating, your heart is racing, your body is tired, but you are not moving forward. That is what most people's lives look like financially. They wake up, go to work, trade hours for money, come back home, pay bills, and repeat the same cycle again and again. The effort is real, but the progress is limited. Why? Because time is a limited resource. You can only work so many hours in a day. That means, if your income depends only on your time, your earning potential will always have a ceiling. This is where the difference begins. Wealthy people do not rely only on hard work. They focus on leverage. They use systems, skills, technology, and other people's time to multiply their results. Instead of asking, "How can I work harder?" they ask, "How can I make this work for me?" That single shift in thinking changes everything. It moves you from being someone who earns money to someone who builds income. Another reason hard work alone will never make you rich is because the system was not designed that way. Most people are trained to become workers, not creators of wealth. In school, you were rewarded for following instructions, memorizing information, and staying within the rules. But no one really taught you how money works. No one explained investing, ownership, or building assets that generate income over time. So people grow up believing that a job is the safest path, and they hold on to it tightly. But a job, no matter how stable it feels, is still a trade. You give your time, and in return, you receive money. The problem is, the moment you stop working, the income stops too. On the other hand, those who build businesses, invest in assets, or create something of value are able to earn even when they are not actively working. That is why the gap between the wealthy and the average person continues to grow. It is not just about working harder. It is about playing a completely different game, one that most people were never taught to play. But perhaps the most powerful truth of all is this: your mindset determines how far your hard work can take you. Two people can put in the same amount of effort and still end up in completely different places. One remains stuck, while the other grows. The difference is not always intelligence or opportunity. It is perspective. If you believe that hard work is the only path, you will limit yourself to situations where your time is constantly being traded. But if you begin to understand value, leverage, and opportunity, your actions start to change. You begin to look for smarter ways to grow. You start learning skills that are in demand. You become open to taking risks, exploring ideas, and building something that can outlive your effort. Hard work is not useless. It is important, but it must be directed in the right way. Because if you combine hard work with the right knowledge and the right mindset, everything changes. The same energy that once kept you stuck can become the force that sets you free. And if you ignore this truth, you may keep working harder every year without ever getting closer to the life you truly want.